Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. I hope for those of you guys who are here in the US, I hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving holiday and happy holiday season to all. It is like now officially Christmas season, right? So anyways, you guys, I've been out of town up in the mountains for the last few days for the holiday with my familia, and it was, well, I mean, it was incredible. It was really, 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 really good. But you know, the holidays are hard for empaths and light workers because you know our families are not conscious, right? So it's a lot. It's a lot, right? So anyways, I'm happy to be home, and I just know that you're not alone, and you know, the holiday season in general is tough for us in those ways, right? So you're not alone. Make sure you are, you know, shielding yourself, cleansing your energy, saging, Palo Santoing, whatever you want to do or got to do. But very, very important. Anyways, okay, so welcome to this message, you guys. All right, so you've seen the title. You guys already kind of know like what this is about. Now, I returned home, and I literally got home like an hour and a half ago, and I've just been like decompressing and unpacking, whatever, that kind of stuff. But I have messages that I need to record for you guys, and I am going to be responding to emails and all that stuff. And you know, so if you've emailed me or you're waiting for a response for an email or anything like that, I will be getting back to you now that I'm back home. And okay, so anyways, enough of that. This message, well, hold on, I have a few of them, right? But this one in particular is, and it's probably what the title says, but it's so strong. And I'm sure you guys follow the solar flares, the Schumann resonance, you know, astrology, the transits, the retrogrades. Like, you guys who this is for, you guys are very in the know about a lot of this stuff. And specifically what this message is, and my point with that is, there are incredible, beautiful things happening. Like, you know, like phenomenons, like people are seeing all kind, and I've talked about this, and I even very specifically said, like a few months ago or whatever, I was like, pay attention, or maybe I posted it in the community, but I specifically said, make sure, mi amors, you know, as we're wrapping up 2025, make sure that you are paying attention to the skies, because you will see, both during the day and at night, but more specifically at night in a lot of ways, you're going to see phenomenon. Okay. You guys who this is for are tapping in. That's the message. You're tapping into some very powerful energies. You're tapping in. And when I say you're tapping in, you're tuning in. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Okay. Like your frequency and vibration and your magnetism, it is through the charts. It is off the charts, through the roof, insane. And you might be like listening to me say that and go, well, I know that I've leveled up, Erica. I know I have. Like, I know it. There's, you know, because I'm rebirthing, and like many of us are, you know. But like, you know, but you're tired. Your daily, you know, ascension symptoms, which have been really intense recently, like over the past like week or two, especially this week, it's been very intense. So it's like but you know, it's like, you know that you're getting visions, you're getting a lot of downloads, you're channeling. That's what you're doing, is you're channeling. Your channels are open. And because of all of this extremely intense karma and shadow healing and shadow work and all these things, right? That's why you're tapping in. Okay, so you're tapping into some very, very powerful energies and deities. Now, when I say deities, we'll just say spirit guides, okay? It could be like, you know, an ascended master. It could be archangels. It could be certain ancestors of yours. But I did put deities. So also, like, you know, you might be working a lot, like I'm getting a lot of like Kali Ma coming through right now. And then I heard for protection. So yeah, so she's here signaling, she's like, yeah, exactly, like her energy, you know. And so but that's what I mean. So it could be like goddess Isis, it could be like Kali Ma, it could be Lilith, it could be Hecate. I have another reading that I need to record for you guys, and that reading is a past life reading for the collective. And the past life reading that I'm going to be talking about is about the Vikings. It's like you have a lot of ties to the Viking energy, and the reason why I'm sharing that is because you you're very you have that warrior spirit, okay? But like it's like giving like Odin, you know, like that kind of stuff, you know, like powerful deities. So maybe you're working with Odin, or maybe you're tuning in with certain like Greek gods, right? Like goddess Venus, Aphrodite, excuse me, not Venus, Aphrodite, Zeus, right? Like, I don't know, it could be anyone. But also just like, I think spirit guides that maybe you're not aware of. And what I'm actually receiving in this moment is some of your guides, like the message that's coming through is that they're working with you, but you may not know it quite yet. So you may actually, or recently, maybe this just happened, or maybe this happens like tomorrow or tonight when you're sleeping, or I don't know, but you have like super powerful spirit guides that are coming through, and they're helping you, they're infusing you, they're helping answer prayers, or all kinds of stuff, right? And they're going to be like showing, like revealing themselves. So maybe you have a literal vision where you kind of see their energy or their energy bodies or what they look like, but their name. There's something very specific about them revealing their name. And what they're also letting me know here is that if you just ask, like if you just go into stillness, breathe, connect with your higher self, connect with the higher realms, and you specifically ask your spirit guides of benevolence, of love and light. We have to be specific in the spirit realm. Or just set that intention with your heart and your mind. But I'm asking these powerful spirit guides. I'm asking you, you know, I know you're with me. Please reveal your name so we can talk together, you know, one-on-one on a name basis, right? And so they're going to be revealing their name to you. But anyways, the overall message is that you're tapping into some very powerful energies. You're tapping into some powerful timelines. You're having prophetic visions, and you're channeling, and you have a lot of messages coming through, or feelings, or awarenesses, or insights about certain things, you know. There's a lot of psychic energy here. This is very like prophetic also. So you guys understand, you guys catch my drift. Okay, so with all that being said, let's actually start with the Divine Masters. Okay, so let's start with Divine Masters, and let's see who wants to bring forth messages for you guys. So I'm hoping, I mean, you guys will already know, I say it all the time. Okay, this is going to be a shorter reading, and then 40 minutes later. But literally, this is the message. So we'll see who wants to come through, what other messages come through, and then we'll wrap it up. Because I do have a few readings I need to record for clients, and some more zodiacs and all that. But I'm tired, you guys. I'm exhausted. You could probably hear my voice. My voice, you know, like so many of us, when I'm tired, my voice gets really like crackly, and it sounds like almost like I'm starting to lose my voice, you know. So I'm very tired. I need definite to rest, but I also missed you guys, and I had to bring you some messages because I was so excited. Okay. It's Mother Mary. Yes, powerful energies indeed. So for some of you guys, you're channeling and you're communing with Mother Mary. Mother Mary is one of your spirit guides. Now, Mother Mary, I mean, all of these like ascended masters and, you know, deities, etc., like they are collective energies. So we all have that ability to channel an ascended master or an archangel or whatever. You know, and some people it's just a little easier, or it comes a little bit like more natural in that way. But you know what I mean? But your gifts are strong. Mother Mary is I mean, she is a prophetess. She is an oracular priestess, like myself and like many of you, or high priests. But that's what she was, and she's an initiate. She's connected with the Magdalene Rose lineage, of course, right? And the Magdalene Isis lineages. And she's a sister of the Rose. Obviously, she's Yeshua, Jesus's mother. I just literally heard Immaculate Conception, because we know it was Immaculate Conception, but she had a vision, when she was very young, like of her birthing Yeshua and all these things, right? At least that's what she has shown me. So, I'm really big on spiritual, like, independence. And what I mean by that is I encourage in a really big way, whoever's here, whenever you're with me on my channel and in my readings, don't just take things that I channel and say as, if it resonates with you, then that's incredible, right? But what I mean by that is there's so much stuff out there on the internet these days, and we are constantly being bombarded with a lot of information. Now, when you come here, it's going to be full of spiritual integrity and honesty, and I'm giving you the real deal here. Like, I am a phenomenal oracle. I am a phenomenal seer and medium. And yes, I'm going to toot my own horn, because that's very important that we celebrate ourselves and we honor ourselves and we don't dim ourselves, but also don't boast and, be boastful about it and things like that. I'm saying it from a place of humility, but many of you guys are like that too. So first of all, let's just real quick, Mother Mary's message, a miraculous encounter. And that's so crazy. It says divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. But what's crazy, thank you, Mother Mary. I love you, beloved sister. So she's connected, with the Magdalenas and the mystery schools, ancient times. She's had many, many, many incarnations, just like all the ascended masters and many of us. The color blue could be very relevant. This is also, she governs our heart chakra. Like she governs our cosmic heart, And so she can bring forth emotional healing, heart healing. And I think for a lot of you guys with the holiday season, myself included, trust me, I'll be talking about that in other messages. There's a lot of heart healing and clearing of old pain and trauma loops and, just wounds that have been inflicted upon you specifically by family members and by your family. Last week, if you go down in my videos, like probably 4, 5, 6 videos, something like that, if you look, I did a reading not too long ago about empaths being raised by wounded parents. And I mean, that reading got a lot of love and comments, because so many people were like, oh my God. And that's what I mean. So whether it's parents or siblings or whatever, it's like that karmic energy. So right now there's a lot of emotional and heart healing happening, and she's definitely helping a lot. But like, you guys literally are connecting with like Mother Mary. She could be talking to you directly. You're receiving messages, you're getting her downloads, she's showing you visions, you're working with her, or you're working with Yeshua, or you're working with, Mary Magdalene or Goddess Isis or Melchizedek. But the energies that I'm talking about, like when I got that download about like, you're tapping into some crazy powerful timelines, crazy powerful, obviously higher dimensions and realms and different interdimensional beings and spirit guides. But a lot of them, that's why the whole thing about like their name but I literally just said, she's confirming what I just channeled about miraculous encounters. I literally said they're going to reveal themselves to you, like where you will physically, with your physical eyes and your third eye, you will see them. Maybe you see an apparition. Maybe you see, maybe they come through as orbs, or maybe, when you're meditating or when you're asleep in the astral dream realm, right? Like maybe Mother Mary comes to you or Yeshua comes to you. But specifically the spirit guides I'm speaking of are ones that like, they're specific for you and to you. Like they will reveal themselves to you and only you in that moment when it's right? That's like what I mean, okay? So you're about to have some miraculous encounters with some very powerful spirit guides, angels, whatever it is. And you guys, if this has been happening for you or you like resonate, please share with me. Like, I love it. You guys, look at my videos. I connect with you in the comments. So I do read the comments. I do show love to the comments, and I do try to respond to as many of the comments as I can. So please share with me. Is this happening for you? I also have been channeling a lot, and it's coming through right now because she's an oracle. She's a high priestess initiate of the Magdalene, lineage, right? Just like Mary Magdalene and Lady, Joan of Arc, and many others, right? Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. And that's so beautiful because like right now it feels like spirit, and you guys will know what I mean by it when I say this. It feels like your powerful spirit allies that you're channeling, that you're tuning in with, that you're receiving messages and guidances with and from, like they're literally like answering all your questions. Like anything you want to know, anything you're like, can you show me more about this? Can you tell me more about this? You guys, listen, I did not have a spiritual mentor. That's why I'm really big on spiritual independence in that way of, if you have a question, yeah, like, sure, it's okay to I mean, we watch videos and, I've learned a lot along the way from watching other readers or other spiritual channels or whatever. But like, if I was curious about something, what did I do? I would Google, but a lot of Google and the internet, you can't trust that. But what I can trust every single time is my own cosmic heart, which Mother Mary connects to, right? I trust my heart, and I trust my intuition and my gifts more above everything else, right? So a long time ago, like when I very first started opening up with my mediumship more, and my psychic ability more, it felt like spirit was, so right now what I was going to say is it feels like your spirit guides, Mother Mary, Yeshua, whoever it is, right? It could be like I mentioned, the Vikings. This could be like, ancestors of your lifetimes as a Viking or Viking ancestors, or whatever. It could be from anywhere, in any region, in any lifetime, but you know what I mean. But they're literally like, it feels like spirit guides are pushing you, like pushing on your back, like pushing you forward, literally, like, okay, it's time for you to be seen. It's time for you to no longer be afraid of being powerful, and not being afraid to be seen. A lot of light workers, that's a big challenge for many souls. It's like, I know I'm powerful and I know I'm gifted and I have all these things, right? But I'm afraid of what people are going to say. I'm afraid of being called crazy. I'm afraid of, haters, like just hating and sending hateful energy or whatever. I'm afraid of, I'm afraid of like, what if I do become successful, and then that's a whole nother game and a whole nother level and a whole nother ballpark. Okay. So there's something around that also. So she's like, don't be afraid to be powerful. It's time for you to be powerful. Everything you've been going through since the day you were born here on this earth in this lifetime, it has led up to this moment right now. And that's what I mean by spirit pushing you on the back going, hey, it's time. I just saw 1818. Now 18 is a very, very special number to my heart, 18 and 23. And I just saw 1823. It's connected to my youngest brother, who is one of my angel guides in heaven now. And so whenever I see it, it's like him coming through and his energy. And my brother, on a soul level, he is a very powerful angelic that is connected with the Blu-ray and Archangel Michael. And he sits on a council of, I don't know how it all works, you guys. I don't have all the answers. I would never even pretend to be that kind of a seer or psychic, or I'm like, oh, I know everything. He sits on a high council. That's what I've seen, with other archangels and angels of Archangel Michael's angelic order. So when he shows up and I'm talking about him, this is the reason. He's bringing forth protection. He's bringing forth help and guidance. And he's confirming. Okay. So don't be afraid of being powerful. Like, this is the moment you're supposed to be powerful. This is why this download, like, you're tapping into some powerful energy. You're tapping into some powerful visions. You're tapping into some powerful gifts. Okay? And you guys already know, like, you're feeling it. You know what I'm saying is hitting right on the target for you. Okay? And so you're like, okay, well, I just don't know, like, how to, like, just one foot in front of the other day by day. Like what I meant when I didn't have a mentor. These were my mentors. They were my spirit, like my spirit guides were my mentors. She's taught me so much. Mary Magdalene has taught me so much. Green Tara has taught me so much. Isis has taught me so much. Like so they're like my best friends. They're my soul family. They're my sisters. They're, you know, she helps nurture and mother my inner child and inner child wounds. And she helps to mother me. Like it's, right. And so you're like tapping in on all these different levels. And, it's time for you to take these powerful energies that you're tapping into, and you're meant to share them with others, like how I do here. But it doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be, you know, in anything like this. It could be in many different ways, but you're meant to literally shine your light, and you're meant to step fully in your power. And the universe and spirit is so got your back on this. They are supporting you fully. And in fact, what I'm being shown is the more, because it's alignment, the more that you follow these gifts, okay, then that's when you'll have even more miraculous divine experiences and encounters. I know firsthand for sure on my journey, like the more that I tuned in and aligned with my gifts, the more abundant I've been, or you know what I mean? But it was the more I tuned in, the more would open. Like, so it like, you know, like we'll say like mediumship opening up more and more and more. And then the more I like tuned in with my mediumship and was intentional, the more my mediumship opened, right? So that's a message for you guys. Okay. Oh my God, beautiful. Okay, so we have Ma'at here. Divine intervention, weighing up your options, choose the highest good. Okay, so you are someone, and this is why you have the gifts you have. Because, you know, like you're someone with spiritual integrity. You have integrity. Like you're not going to use your gifts for self-gain, selfish reasons, or to hurt people or manipulate. You're not like that. So literally she's bringing forth the message. And I love that it's the divine feminine showing up, you know, because they are the feminine energy, which is that, you know, creative, loving, nurturing, magnetic, extremely magnetic. We don't chase, we attract, all that Empress energy, right? So that's the vibe, that's your frequency. They right here are divine mirrors in this moment to you, reflecting to you your vibration, your frequency. That's why they're showing up for you, because you are in that high frequency, and they're reflecting your energy basically. So you may like have some choices or something, but what I'm seeing is like they are protecting you and steering you and guiding you and giving you signs and synchronicities and all these things to follow, that are like protecting you from situations that cause any kind of like confusion, or it's like everything is going to be very clear for you. Everything is going to be very clear. A lot of clarity at this time and moving forward, okay? And what I'm seeing is like you're on a, because of how you're tuning in and tapping in, and like when I mean tapping in, like you're tapping into some really powerful timelines that have not obviously manifested yet in the physical 3D, but that is where you're at. Like you're not even here where you're at in this moment. You're like off in another future timeline basically. It's like you already are the future timeline version of you, and now on a frequency, and now your 3D self and life is catching up now in this moment. Does that make sense? I know it does, but choose the highest good. You're someone where you don't gotta weigh up the options and go, oh, what am I gonna do about this, or what am I? No, your path and your choices are always very, very clear, because you follow the path of your heart and your soul, and that, mi amor, is why you have these powerful spiritual gifts, and that you're able to tap in and tune in to the powerful things that you do. You see stuff that other people can't, period. And that's not, oh, I'm better than you, I can see things you can't, ha ha ha. It's nothing like that. In fact, if you are an oracle or you're a seer, you know, like me, it is not a cakewalk. It takes a lot out of you. And that's why I humbly, lovingly, and everything, like my services and stuff, like I will not lower because I know my value. I know my worth. I know my gifts. I know, right? So same thing with you. And that might be a message for some of you guys in this moment, actually. If you are a spiritual entrepreneur, okay, right? Or even if you're a hairdresser and you're like, I'm thinking of raising my prices, but I'm afraid. Don't be afraid. If you know you are an amazing hairdresser, or if you know you are an incredible priestess or high priest or intuitive or empath or seer or whatever, right? And you know what you bring to the table, right? Then it's knowing your worth and your value. Okay, so that's some kind of big message in itself for you guys too. Kuan Yin, enlightened action. The actions, you don't gotta weigh up the options because you're so tapped in and tuned in, and you're like tapping in with like Ma'at, ice, like all these, and like I said, these spirit guides that they're with you and they are powerful. And these are spirit guides that a lot of people don't even know about, right? So that's what I mean. Like, they're not like the regulars that you hear all the time, like Mother Mary and Yeshua. These are guides that a lot of people have never heard of. Okay, but they are just as powerful as all these guys here too, right? And so yeah, and so you'll get the names, you'll get the visions, you'll get, okay, they're going to be revealing a lot to you because it's time, and because of where you're headed next in this next chapter. And when I say where you're headed, I mean like where you're going right this moment. It's time. It's not time to sit and weigh options and go back and forth and I don't know. No, they are very, very clearly saying what you're tuning in with and what you're receiving and what you are seeing and feeling, that's what you're meant to be doing. Okay, don't let everything else trip you up and stop you and making excuses. Like, we need you. We don't need you next year. We need you right now. We need our light workers embodying their magic and their love and their gifts. And going back to the gifts and integrity and like choosing the highest good, you take enlightened action, meaning you take action that is enlightened from your soul. You're not doing it from the ego. Like people always like say stupid stuff to me, like crack jokes, like, oh, if you're so psychic, how come you're not like a millionaire? How come you don't like, you know, play the lotto and know all the numbers, or, you know, or why aren't you like, you know, like placing bets and like, you know, making money on like sports teams, or, you know, like predicting stuff. And like, yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, literally, I can't even tell you how many times people have said stuff like that to me. Basically either challenging my gifts, which I don't care. You guys know you guys know me. I don't care about any of that. Or they just literally like, you know, like think that way. And I'm like, see, that's exactly why I have these gifts and you don't, because I would never, ever use my gifts for things like that. And that's what I mean. See, that kind of energy right there, that's exactly why our world is in the state of that it's in right now. That's why we are here on Earth again, in this reverse Atlantis, starting in the fall and working our way back to the golden era, right? That's why, because people started getting greedy. They wanted to start seeing, well, wow, you know, like I want to see what I can do with my power and and it create. That's when the duality like kicked in. You know what I mean? Of that greed and like things like that, right? So you're someone who God, source, universe like trusts entirely, because that's who you've always been. Like if you're working with clients, it's spiritual integrity. Like you really care. You're not just in it for the money. Like there's so many people, so many people out here on YouTube, TikTok, etc. And everyone now is a reader. Everyone now, I mean, literally, you guys, tarot, like if you can read, like a 5-year-old could do it. If you can read, right, you can learn tarot. Okay, it's not rocket science, right? But channeling the energies and the visions and connecting all the dots through and all that, that can't just be learned. That's your gifts. And that's what I mean. Okay, so you're someone that like you really care about people. You care about people so much. And this is how you've always been. And now, and listen, I know who this is for. You've been hit hard. You've had many losses. You know, and it's been hard going through the karma, going through these lessons, especially like this last year, right? 2025. This is the end of the pain era. This is the end of that era. This is the end of the confusion. This is the end of, you know, not knowing certain things, or things being like, you know, hanging in limbo and like unfinished business. Like we're closing the 9-year cycle. And I have a story to share with you guys about that in another reading, but stay tuned because that it's incredible what I'm going to share with you guys about that, about what happened for me personally with this ending of the 9-year cycle and the literal confirmation that I received about it. I'm like, oh my, I feel so good now. I feel so good. And that's for you too. I'm a mirror for you in this moment as well. And that's why I'm sharing it with you, because you closed out. That's why this year was so hard. And 2024. But this year was brutal, right? And that's why we had to shed all these layers of skins and identity, ego identities, and like, you know, all the things. But you're moving into this new cycle. And so it's like these spirit guides are like, okay, it's time to take enlightened action, choose compassion, and move forward with grace. So that's what you do. Like, whatever you do, whatever your gifts are, like, that's what you're doing. I'm taking enlightened action. I'm choosing, you know, I'm moving forward in my life right now. But you're about to be like, it's like you're accelerating forward in a really big way because of the fact that you constantly, over and over and over and over again. See, that's why these powerful deity, spirit guides, etc. are showing up for you now, because you weren't ready before. You couldn't, you just weren't ready. You just weren't ready. But through these initiations, through learning these huge, deep ancestral wounds of karma, okay? Now it's like, all right, now we're talking. Like you just went through some of the hardest stuff you've gone through over however long, right? And we know that you're tired, we know that you're hurting, we know it's been rough, you know, but we also see, and this is your confirmation here, I just saw 444 in my mind's eye. I saw 444, so thank you. 100,000 angels just showed up. But also, if you're seeing 444, which we know that's a common angel number that we all see, so if you are seeing the 444 again, or 44, like a lot, okay, that's about this message for like further confirmation about that, okay? But you are someone where you constantly choose compassion, you constantly choose grace, you handle things with grace, you handle people with grace, people who would never treat you with grace, people who would never treat you with compassion, or people who lack compassion towards you. Trust me, you guys, like, I love my family to death. Like, I would do anything for my family members, you know. But there's a lot of toxic karma in my bloodlines, and I'm the curse breaker, and it's really hard. And I know you guys understand what I'm saying. That's why I'm sharing. But every single time I stand up for myself, obviously, I'm not like a pushover, which none of us should be. Okay, like you gotta speak your truth. You gotta stand your ground, and you gotta push back sometimes, and that's okay. But see, people around you who are in lower consciousness and who are lacking compassion, or are in the ego, or they're in a state of control all the time, which that's my family. My family is hardcore control freaks, like hardcore control freaks and ego. In different ways, but it's control and it's ego. And I'm the polar opposite of that. Like, I could care less. I'm not trying to control. I'm not trying to convince. I'm not trying to, right? So, my point in all this is that through my whole life, I've dealt with this, just like you. Not only with family, but from friends, people who I thought were friends, people at school, even my teachers at school. You know what I mean? Like, et cetera, like people I work with, you know, old bosses. And it feels like a constant imbalance, because it feels like you're always the one with compassion and grace and love, even for those who are not like that towards you. And so you have felt like an imbalance on that. Like, okay, at some point the scales have got to tip, and that good has to come back to me, right? And Spirit is reminding me to remind you that it has come back to you. Good things have been happening to you. Good things happen to you all the time. But you're about to receive like a lump sum, an energetic lump sum. And like what I mean by that is, yes, money-wise for sure, but it's like a lump sum of energy, because you're tapping in to powerful timelines, like I said. So you're about to receive a lump sum of divine, miraculous energy in different forms. Maybe it's divine union, money, a pay raise, a new job, your business takes off, your clients, you're booked full for, a whole month straight. I don't know, but it's like that. The scales have balanced. And so that's what I mean by you're gonna, but you also have to co-create still. Like, you have to be in your power. You have to show up in your heart. You have to take care of yourself. You have to, nurture your dreams, nurture your projects, nurture your inner call, nurture your inner child, nurture your creativity and your beautiful gifts and ideas. You got to nurture and pour into that right now. That's your guidance. And so it feels like the biggest message, well, not the biggest, but a big message is everything you've gone through, right? It was preparing you for the work that you're now ready to step into. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Yeah, we're 35 minutes in. So if you guys are new here, I don't even remember if I said my whole thing. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium, an oracle, and a prophetess. Thank you so much for being here on Gypsy Cowgirl Tarot. We're soul fam around here, right? So if you're here, you're definitely meant to be here. So thank you, my loves, for liking, for helping by commenting and connecting, and and when you do that here on YouTube, that's how they have set the algorithms up. So when you comment on like videos or like the videos, it sends it out into the algorithms. So thank you, my loves, for doing that, because what that means is you're helping to get these videos out to other soul family members, light workers that really need this too, right? So thank you. Yeah, if you want to work with my gifts and connect with me one-on-one, you can find all of my different reading options and my healing services, because I'm a quantum healer. Like, it's like on a really powerful level. But anyways, you can see it all in the description box. And if you want to connect or you have any questions, just send me an email, gypsycowgirltarot@gmail.com, and we will get you set up, okay? I usually don't book out more than a week, but just recently, like the last week or so, I did get a little backed up because the holiday, and there was a lot going on. But that's it. So I just, I'm not a reader where I'm like, oh, I'll meet with you in a month or 2 months from now or 3 weeks from, you know what I mean? I try to get everyone in as fast as I can. And then what else, you guys? What else? Oh, our Circle of Light Mystery School. So I officially launched my mystery school in October, and so far it's been incredible. And right now, because I just started it, so right now I'm just trying this out to see what fits best. So as of right now, you can sign up for the mystery school at any time. So you're not behind or anything like that. I'm not facilitating the mystery school in those ways where it's oh, well, you've missed 2 months, and so you can't sign up because you'll be behind, and it's not like that. So you can sign up at any time. So if you would like to join our mystery school, we meet every Sunday. And when you sign up, you pay, the price is $111, and it's for 4 weeks of gathering in our Circle of Light Mystery School. And what is a mystery school? A mystery school is a school of magic. These beautiful goddesses right here, mystery schools, right? So many of us have many lifetimes where we've been in mystery schools, we've led mystery schools, it's within us, right? So what I am called to do, so you pay, and then you'll join us for the next 4 weeks, and then if you want to join for another 4 weeks after that, it's totally up to you, right? But I am really focused on, this last week, I started teaching the Akashic records and how I channel them and how I go into the records. And then I literally guided all of the participants in this way, and I guided them into their own Akash, and it was beautiful. They had visions, they went into past self timelines, they saw stuff, it was so cool. And they were oh my gosh, that, they couldn't believe that they were tuning in like that too, so it's really cool. So it's stuff like that. I'm helping to hone psychic ability, telepathy. That's a big one. I really am being called to help strengthen telepathy and psychic gifts so we can speak telepathically and don't even need, you know, internet or electronics and devices. That's how we used to do back in the day, right? But every week is going to be different, and every week we pray, we share, you know, how was your week? Is there anything you want to talk about? You know, was there a struggle? Was there a victory? You know, like, it's just very like that. We support each other. It is soul family, you know, and also it's a school of magic, and it's a school of spiritual gifts and spiritual training, and that's what we're doing. So if you're like, sign me up, yes, I want to, you know, then we would love to have you. So, oh my gosh, so this, I think, came out when I was shuffling. It came out right when I started talking about the mystery school. And it's literally, it's Yeshua. For me, this card right here, he's a healer of the ages. You are a healer of the ages. Oh, I just saw 444. There it is. I knew I'd see it. There it is. I just saw 444. Healer of the ages. That's you. And this could be one of those spirit guides literally showing up and being like, you know, I'm a healer of the ages. I've been a healer through many ages, for many moons and many lifetimes, and I'm here to help you. Okay? So this could also be confirmation of that spirit guide, but it's literally about you. You are the healer of the ages. You hold within you ages and ages and ages and ages of healing wisdoms. And it's going to be opening up even more. I mean, because like I said, you're tapping into some powerful energies, right? So anyways, okay, so let's go ahead. Don't be afraid of your healing power, and like, see how all the light is coming from his heart, his solar plexus, his heart, you know, like that area. It's your power. It's your willpower. It's like your spiritual divine willpower. Okay? Because once you start like putting that energy out more, and you start tuning in with your gifts and helping and doing whatever you're being called to do, you're gonna immediately see abundance show up. You're gonna immediately see your life starting to shift like so fast. It will be miraculous. And for some of you guys, you've already experienced that, or it's happening right now, and you know exactly what I mean. Or maybe you've been on the spiritual awakening journey like myself for a while, for a long time now, and maybe you've had several dark nights of the soul, and you've had many ego deaths, and you know, you've gone through all these things. It's like you're a pro. Like, you're a pro at it now. And so what I mean by that is you can now go and take that, and you're meant to help others with it. The healer becomes the healer by healing self first, right? The ant spirit, a time to collaborate. Wow. And it's card number 1. And we are literally ending the 9-year 2025, and we're moving in 2026, which is the number 1 year, the year of the horse. And the horse is charging ahead. Think of like the chariot energy in the tarot. It's charging us forward. It's acceleration, horsepower, right? Speed. But it's also a very like, horses are, it's like a stabilizing energy. It's endurance. It's extremely like intuitive, psychic. Horses are very intuitive, very smart, very intelligent. There's like all this energy. So anyways, the ants are known to be like, they're hard workers, right? They're always working, and they work together in unison. So for me, it's powerful confirmation that, you know, these divine experiences and miraculous encounters have a lot to do with collaborations. And it's not just collaborations with, you know, people here on earth. It's soul guide, spirit guide collaborations, you see? Okay, so let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Oh, it's the flamingo. Embrace the in-between. See, that's where many of you guys have been. You've been in the in-between. It's the void. It's the spirit. I call it spiritual purgatory. And whenever I say that with my clients or here on the channel, like, people love that, because they're like, yes, exactly. That's exactly what it has felt like in my life for the last 6 months, 5 months, maybe all of 2025. I would say for a lot of you guys, you felt like that spiritual purgatory for at least the last like 6 months, 5 months. Saturn just went direct. It's been retrograde, so that's going to help a ton. Mercury's about to go direct again, or soon, or whenever it does. I don't know. and etc., right? So what that means is you're gonna see the fast forward energy. You're gonna see the path just open, it's clear, things just flying in, and like things just happening, like, oh my gosh, I feel so blessed. It is miraculous. It is divine experiences. But you have been in the in-between, and for some of you guys, that's the message. Just embrace where you're at. You're going through a transitional period, or that's what you've been doing, but now you're ready. You're ready. You're ready. See the starfish, open to infinite possibility. And then look, the spider spirit, make your dreams real. Make your dreams real. You are the weaver of your web. You are the creator of your destiny and reality, etc. Okay? So anyways, my loves, I'm gonna leave it here. Okay? I hope that this connects. I hope it helps. I know that it will. So thank you again for being here. Happy holidays. And for those of you guys in the mystery school or joining us, which we have our next gathering, tomorrow, Saturday, on Sunday morning. And all the gatherings are recorded, because I have a lot of people that don't live in, it's the time zones, or they're busy or whatever, so they catch up through the recording. And yeah, so anyways, we would love to have you, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful day, evening. And I will definitely, I have a lot. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit notification bell, all that, because I have a lot of really powerful messages like this one coming through. Okay. I had a lot of things come through when I was up in the mountains, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. So have a beautiful day. Thank you, my loves, for being here with me. Namaste.